Hello, welcome to the Western Manitoba Regional Library's YouTube page. This is another addition to our STEM craft series. This time we are going to be making Play-Dough Earths that have all the layers that make up the Earth. Today's craft is going to be divided into two parts. Part 1 is going to be making the Play-Dough, and Part 2 is going to be making the Play-Dough Earth with the Play-Dough we just made. So going through the ingredients we need for the Play-Dough, we are going to need 2 cups of flour, half a cup of salt, 1 cup of hot water, 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, 2 tablespoons of cream of tartar, and food coloring. And then of course you are going to need a bowl and a spoon to stir your Play-Doh. We're also going to need dental floss towards the end when we cut our Play-Doh in half to see all the layers that make up the Earth. So the first step in making our Play-Doh is combining all the dry ingredients. So in here I have put the 2 cups of flour, the half cup of salt, and the 2 tablespoons of cream of tartar in the bowl. And then you are just going to mix it. Once you've mixed the dry ingredients, you're going to create a little hole in the middle of them. This is called a well. And in this well, we are going to put the 1 cup of hot water and the 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. So I've added the cooking oil in the hot water, and you're just going to stir it until it starts to take on a Play-Doh consistency, and then at that point you can start kneading it. So you can see how it's starting to take on that Play-Doh consistency here. Don't worry if your Play-Doh is still a little too runny, just let it sit for a bit so that salt can continue absorbing the water and it will firm up a bit. If your Play-Doh is too sticky after it sits for a bit, then you can add a small amount of flour to counteract that. Now that your Play-Doh is ready to go, we are going to start creating all the pieces we need. So we are going to need 6 different sizes of Play-Doh. We are going to need 1 small ball. We're going to need 2 medium balls, and then 3 large balls of Play-Doh. So I've now rolled out and sorted all the different sizes of Play-Doh that I need here, and we are going to start coloring them. So we need a small red ball. Our first medium ball will be orange, which you can get by mixing red and yellow. Our second medium ball will be green. The first large ball is going to be yellow. The second large ball will be blue. And then the third large ball is going to be brown, which you can get by mixing red, blue, and yellow all together. So at this point, we now have all the different colors and sizes of balls we need to make our Play-Doh Earth, so let's get rolling with that. We are going to take our very first layer. This is going to be that small red ball, and this is going to act as the Earth's solid inner core. So the Earth's solid inner core is found 2,900 kilometers below the Earth's surface. It is 5,200 degrees Celsius down there, which is as hot as the sun. We're going to take our second layer, which is that medium orange ball, and we're going to flatten it with our hands. Once it's flat, we are going to place the red ball in there and wrap it around with the orange and sealing the edges. So this orange layer is the Earth's liquid outer core. It's mostly made of iron and nickel, and this layer is responsible for the Earth's magnetic field. Our third layer is going to be with that yellow ball. Same thing, we're going to flatten it with our hands and wrap our orange ball in it. So this is the Earth's mantle. It is the thickest and most solid layer that makes up the Earth. In fact, it makes up 85% of the Earth's weight. It's mostly made of molten iron, and when the mantle flows and moves, that's what causes earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Our next layer is that brown ball. So this is the Earth's crust, and it's the layer that we live on. It's the thinnest layer of the Earth, and it is made of sand, soil, and rock. The second last layer is the blue Play-Doh, and this is going to be the ocean that sits on top of the Earth's crust. So same thing, flatten it out, and then wrap it around. So our final layer isn't really a layer, but it is the land that we walk on, and that's our green Play-Doh. So you can see I've kind of made continents here. They don't have to be perfect, but in your craft kit there is a picture of all the continents of the world if you want to try to be accurate. And that is our Play-Doh Earth. In here we have all the layers that make up the Earth right up to the land we walk on here. So now that we've made our Earth, the very last thing you can do if you want is take some dental floss or a knife and cut your earth in half to see all the layers together. So you can see I've used the floss here to cut my earth in half. You can see all the layers, they're not perfect, but here's the earth's solid inner core. The orange here, remember, is the earth's liquid outer core. The yellow is the mantle. We have the crust here, that's the brown. We have our ocean, here's the blue, and then our land here on the green. So that is it for this video STEM craft where we've made our Play-Doh Earth. Stay tuned and subscribe to the Western Manitoba Regional Library's YouTube page for upcoming STEM crafts.